I think one of the easiest way and the fastest way to make money in trading is by scalping or day trading. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money when you're swing trading, but I just feel like swing trading, usually takes some time. But when you're day trading, you can easily take advantage of, some tiny move in the markets most times. And if you buy that up in a month, that's going to give you a very big, profit. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys the strategy that I've been using for the last 3 years that has worked for me. All right, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to day trade with this strategy and how to scalp. Now, the reason why I'm saying scalp and day trading is because sometimes we usually have about 5 pips stop loss, okay, which means our decision is going to be done in less than 30 minutes. Sometimes it's just going to be 20 minutes. And or why sometimes we can have about 20 pips stop loss, we can have 30 pips stop loss. Okay, so we are ranging between day trading and scalping. So I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how to trade this strategy from beginning to the end. All right, you're going to learn everything process by process, exactly how I'm approaching the market every day. Now, this has really helped me because I've used this to flip small accounts. I've used to pass profit challenges and so many beautiful things that I've been using this strategy for. And one thing that I've been able to do over the years is stick to the strategy. Just kept doing the same thing over and over again, and it has proven to be profitable for me every single month. So let's go to the chart so I can show you exactly how to trade this strategy. So foundation of everything is super important. How you look at the market when you start trading is the most important aspect. Okay, so once you are able to get this right, you'll be able to trade profitably no matter what you do for the day. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be using just 2 time frame in this video. It's going to be 3-minute time frame and 1 hour time frame. Now, the first thing you want to do, you want to start by 8 a.m. in the morning. So I'm going to remove this guy. We're starting 8 a.m. in the morning. The first thing we want to do is to, first of all, identify key levels in the market. Where are the areas that we think price is likely going to react from? Because we're scalping and we're day trading, we don't need to kind of pay too much attention to the market direction. We just want to pay attention to levels where we know that price is going to react to when price get there. Okay, now looking at this chart, firstly, we have a key level at this point here. We also have a key level at this point here. What that means is price has reacted to this point here, push back up, reacts at this point here, when price get here, push back up. Price got to this level again, push back to the upper side. Now I know that we have something going on at this point right here. Okay, another confidence that we need to confirm that a level is a strong level is that we want to see an area of support and resistance. Okay, what I mean by that is this. Looking at this diagram, at some point we had this level act as a support. Then that same level acts as a resistance, which is an area where price got to, and that's exactly what we're looking for every single time we want to approach the market. Okay, so first thing first, we want to see an area that has acted as a support and also acts as a resistance. Support, and then we have a resistance, all right, at this level right here. Okay, so this is going to determine the level that is the most strongest level. We also have an area of support at this point right here. Okay, what this means is this: if we connect this level to this level right here, which is this one here, okay, all right, price touches each other. Okay, price got to the level and reacts at this level right here. Now I want you to pay attention to this point right here. You can see when price got to this point here, price reacts at this point right here, and that is how to know a key level. That's how to know a hot level in the market. Now you want to take these two and measure from body to body of the support and resistance candle. All right, this is what we have from body to the body of this guy. Okay, when price push back to this level, there's going to be a very strong rejection. Okay, now what am I looking for this day? I'm going to be looking for a sell at this point right here. Okay, now it doesn't matter if price decide to come, do something like this, get to this level, come back down, and then push to the upper side. It doesn't matter. You guys remember, we are scalping. We don't need the direction to be right all the time. All we just need is that, will price react to this level when price gets to that? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Will price react to that level when price gets to the level? And if your answer is yes, when you consider all these things that I've explained, then you can go ahead to look for an entry, because just this small move alone is all you need in the market. Okay, so now I'm going to delete this one and we're going to play, because we're looking for sell now, and the sell can be anywhere within this box right here. Okay, so I'm going to play. Now what we have was that we saw price approaching the key level at this point right here. Okay, so I'm going to scale down to 3-minute time frame to go look for entry. One thing you have to make sure you do is that you have to make sure that price touch the key level before you start looking for entry. So whatever that happens at this point here does not matter. Price has to get to this level before you start looking for your entry. So the next thing we want to do is, immediately we saw this price touching this level right here, the next thing we want to look for is going to be an M pattern. Okay, now let me give you an example of what I mean by that. We want a situation where price prints something like this and then a break. Okay, this is what we want to see. M pattern, always M pattern like this. Now one of the thing is this, it might not be M. All right, the second leg might be bigger, a little bit bigger, can go anywhere, can be bigger than this level right here, which is going to then turn to, we can call this one a change of, structure. All right, or change of character, whatever you call it. All right, so it's going to be an M pattern or a change of character. Now this is exactly what we're looking for at this level. Okay, so now if I play this, okay, and we want to get into the trade based on impulsive move. Okay, so we want an impulsive move. So how do you get into an impulsive move? If you look at this market right here, we already see that we already have that M pattern. We've seen price push the downside, and then we have price pushing all the way up now. Then what you want to do is you want to box this one. The next thing you want to do is you want to set your limit. All right, make sure that this is the wick. All right, this is the wick of the bottom of the M. All right, which is this one right here, the bottom. All right, so make sure that you set your limits. So you're going to be setting your limit below it. You can put your limit at this point right here. Your limit must be right here. Okay, so what that means is this: if price break its own structure, if price close below all this candle and break its own structure, there's a very high chance that price is going to continue to the downside. Now, why do we have a very high chance right there? The reason is because we are at a very hot key level. All right, we are at a very strong key level where price has reacted to before, which means that the institutions are probably hanging around this point right here. So what we are expecting now is that when price get there and change structure, the structure that price changed tends to always hold, and hold more. All right, you can see at this point here we have a change of structure. Immediately we have a change of structure at this point here, price close above, and then you can see price continue to push to the upper side. Okay, now the same thing is what we are expecting right here. Okay, with the backings of the key level, we should be able to see a very strong push to the downside. Now when you have your limit at this point here, push your stop loss just above here. Okay, and do 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Okay, if you do 1 to 2, you're going to have a more win rate. All right, but if you do 1 to 3, you're going to have less win rate, but you're going to be more profitable. So if you're the type of person that you don't like seeing losses, okay, you can do 1 to 2. Even if you don't like seeing losses at all, you can do 1 to 1 risk to reward. But I don't recommend 1 to 1. Always make sure that you're doing 1 to 2 risk to reward minimum. That's what you should do. Okay, so we're gonna play that. We're gonna see how price reacts to that point. You can see our limit was taken in and price continued to push to the downside. Okay, so as price continues to push to the downside, you continue to move your stop loss. Okay, so let's say you have your stop loss at this point here. Move your stop loss to the previous candle, right? This is the new candle that we have right now that is just closing. Push your stop loss to the previous candle high. So I'm going to push my stop loss at this point right here. Okay, and then as price continues to progress to the downside, I'll continue to move the stop loss. Okay, now we can see that price pushed to the downside right here. We have a push back up at this point here, and then we have a bearish push. Now I'm going to push my stop loss to the previous level, which is going to be this level right here. So right now we are almost break even on this trade. Okay, we're almost break even on this trade because this is at where our stop loss is. Okay, and we're going to let the trade run to the downside. As price continues to progress to the downside, you continue to move your stop loss. Now we have locked in some profit at this point right here. That's almost 1-to-1 profit that we've locked in. Almost 1-to-1. Yeah, that's the profit that we have locked in at this point here. So as price make this level now, we want another candle to open. Now at this point here, we'll push our stop loss all the way to this point right here, which means we have locked over 1% of profit right now. Okay, so we just continue to do the same thing until price take us out. We actually eat TP if you do 1 to 3 on this one. So we eat TP even before we eat stop loss on this trade. Okay, so that's just exactly how this strategy works. And again, I'm going to continue to give you guys more examples. So let's continue to test this one to see, just to show you guys how beautiful this strategy actually works. Now, once you've been able to get into one trade, don't trade again for that day. All right, you've been able to make profit, so you just wait for another day. Now you can test this one across multiple pairs. You can even do that on indices. You don't have to be forex pair alone. Just make sure that you backtest. You can do it on gold. Just make sure you backtest that and you see that what you're doing actually works. Okay, so let's fast forward this one to 8 o'clock in the morning for this day. Okay, so this is exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, so now let's assume that we don't have this level right here. Okay, so let's just assume that this level is not here and we don't have that level. How do we approach this day? Okay, now the best way to approach this day, first of all, the first thing that I'm seeing right here is that we have what we called a resistance at this point right here. Okay, we have another one here, we have another resistance at this point right here, then we have a level of support in the past. Okay, looking at this point right here, we can see level of support. Now I'm going to connect that resistance to the last level of support. The two things that we need right now has been met. We have a level of support and we have a level of resistance. So 2 levels. Now what this means for us now is that we are waiting for price to push back in. Okay, and then after pushing back in, we want price to continue to the upper side. This is exactly what I can see right here on this day. Okay, we already have our level now, that this is the level we want to use. The next thing you want to do is to scale down to 3-minute time frame. Okay, and wait for price to push to the key level, which is the hot level. All right, after price push there, we want to see the same W pattern. Okay, we want to see that same W pattern. Okay, now at this point right here, what we can see right here is that price continues to push to the downside. At this point here, you can see we have a push down. Let me change the color of this one. You see we have a push down, we have a push back up, and then we have something like this. Then our limit would have been somewhere around here, but this one does not take us in. Okay, instead price push all the way here and continue to the downside. So that's why we will not be getting into this one at this point here. So the next thing we want to do is to wait for that M pattern to happen on the downside. Now if you look at this one right here too as well, we can see we have a push down, double push up, and a push to the downside. So this is the level that we have right here. Push this one here, and then I'm going to have my limits. Let's say we have our limits at this point right here, and then the stop loss is going to be below this guy here. Okay, boom. What do you see right there? Our limit was triggered at this point here. Our stop loss is right here. Our entry is right here. Our stop loss is right here. Our limit was triggered right there. Okay, and then we want to target 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. All right, it doesn't have to be 1 to 3, guys. 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. And then the next thing we want to do in this case now is trade management. We want to start managing this trade. So what we can see now is that price continues to push to the upper side. At this point here, my stop loss is somewhere here. My stop loss, let me move this one and push this one right here. This is where my stop loss is currently is. Okay, which means that if price comes back to hit my stop loss, I'm not going to lose the full amount, that I had initially risked. So right now, what we can see right here is that we have 2 candles, which means now that I'm going to push my stop loss at this point here. What this means is that now I have locked in some profits, which is close to 1% of profit now that I've locked in. Okay, and what we can see is that price continues to push to the downside. All right, and then we have an upper movement on this price at this point here. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to move my stop loss a little bit all the way below this low right here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to see now, what we can see right here is that price came back to pin us out. All right, price came back to pin us out at this point here, take our stop loss, and then let's see what happened eventually. Okay, so what we can see happen eventually is that price continued to push to the downside. Now you can see what happened right here. Okay, you can see that immediately we got stopped, price take our stop loss, price continued to push to the downside. So that's exactly how you manage your trades, okay, and just protect yourself from unnecessary losses. Okay, so remember, let's go over it again. Remember, what you need to do is find an area of a support and also an area of resistance. Make sure that you're picking the support and resistance. Make sure you're picking recency. All right, an area that has formed recently. All right, an obvious area that you know that you can see. All right, and then just wait for price, get to that level, and then you get into the trade. One of the things that can actually make this trading strategy works for you very effectively, you don't need it, all right, if you can spot these key levels yourself, but you need it if you want to make your work easier. All right, you just want to wake up every morning and you just want to see your key level being plotted on the chart for you every single day without stressing yourself, without doing analysis, without having to crack your brain to looking at the market and start pinpointing pivot points. If you don't want to stress yourself, then you need this indicator, DCH alt level indicator. All right, this is an indicator. This is our official indicator. So this indicator, when you add it to chart, it automatically plots the levels, the key levels for you on the chart. Okay, so for instance, we have it like this. Okay, now you can see that we have the key level automatically printed for us on this chart. The level that we were trading was automatically printed. What this indicator does is that it measures an area that has formed a support and resistance, just exactly what I've explained to you guys just now. It measured this level, then after measuring this level, it plot that on the chart. You calculate all these things during the Asia session, plot that on the chart. Then when you want to trade during the London session, you just wait for price to approach the key level, and when price get there, all you just have to do is get into the trade. Okay, when I was doing this example right here, I don't even know that there was another level down right here, but that's what this indicator does. It helps you to check, it helps you to go way back to look for an area of support and resistance. You can see right here, it measures an area of support and resistance at this point right here. Plot that on the chart. That's the reason for this rejection that we're having at this point right here. So if you want to get this indicator, all you just have to do is join the Telegram channel, and the script will be sent to you. And when the script is sent to you, you get it installed on your chart, and you'll be able to just apply this simple strategy, this simple end pattern strategy that I've just taught you right now. Or you can also apply a trend line break if you specialize on trend line break. If you also specialize on smart money concept, maybe you trade fair value gap. All right, you can wait for price to push all the way inside, the level. If it's engulfing candle, if it's whatever you use. All right, that's that about the strategy. I hope this strategy really help you guys. And guys, if you find anything useful in this video, please give this a thumbs up. You want to subscribe to this channel, and again, if you want to see these key levels that this indicator mark, the levels that I'm actually waiting for every morning, I usually screenshot the levels and post on the Telegram channel. So you can either be looking for ways to pinpoint this yourself, or just join the Telegram channel and you can get the levels every morning. So you can wait there and just apply everything that I've taught you guys in this video, as easy as that. Thank you guys for watching this video to the end. God bless you, stay profitable, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye for now, guys.